All right, folks, welcome to another rental market update. It's October 17th, and typically I do these every month or two. The rental market doesn't move that fast. So as a result, I kind of do these every month or two, and I just did one in September, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to do another one because the market is shifting very, very quickly. And I'm seeing this, and I talked about this a little bit at the end of last month in September when I said this. When I did the update then, but a few things that I want you to pay attention to if you're a property owner, if you're looking to rent. One of the first things is oftentimes people are property owners. They might have one rental. They might have to rent it every couple of years, so their nose isn't necessarily to the grindstone. Like your ear is not to the market because you only have to rent every couple of years. Vistra Property Management, we have hundreds and hundreds of rentals that we manage. So as a result of that, we're leasing day in, day out. So our nose has to be to the grindstone, and it very much is. So that being said, what's happening right now is definitely we're seeing a softer rental market for sure across the board. I'm seeing it in Peterborough. I'm seeing it in Barrie. I'm seeing it in Orillia. I'm seeing it in Lindsay. So across the board, in the markets that we operate, which is Oshawa, Peterborough, Lindsay, Orillia, Barrie, and everything in between, definitely seeing some weakness in the market. What I mean by weakness is we're not seeing the demand. We're not seeing the demand that we once saw, meaning the applications are not coming in quite as fast. Properties are staying on market a little longer. Does that mean your property is going to be on the market for months? No, probably not. Not months and months and months, but you can expect right now the days on market for rentals is definitely more than it has been, and definitely seeing it on the market for 3, 4, 5 weeks is becoming a bit more normal. Now, one of the challenges that we experience, and I can say this both as an investor and as a property manager, is the market is the market. That is the rule. That's the rule that I live by at Vistra, and that's the message I try to give to my clients is the market is the market. You don't want to fight the market. You're just going to lose. You never want to fight the market. And what I mean by that is if you think your rental is worth, say, $2,200 or $2,300, whatever number you think your rental is worth, if you're not getting the volume of traffic to it, that's probably because it's priced too high. And then you have to reduce that price. And I find owners often hang out too long at the price that they think they can get for it. Whether that's $2,200, $2,300, $2,100, it doesn't matter what the price is, but you have an idea of what you think the price can be. And I got to say, during COVID, prices definitely went up. Rental prices went up. We've seen them soften a little bit. So some owners in their mind have a price that is too high. And sure, if you wait long enough, you might get that price. But is it worth waiting that long? Is it worth waiting 3, 4 months in order to get $2,300 when you could have rented it for $2,150 3 months ago? The answer is absolutely not, because over the course of a couple months, you lost over $6,000 of rent just to get an extra $150 per month. It makes no sense. So my advice to owners right now is do not get too attached to the price you think you can get for it. In our particular case, you want to let the leasing team knows down to the penny when an apartment is priced properly, because we immediately see the spike in activity. We'll have something priced at $2,200 and you're going to see very little activity, very little activity, very little activity. We drop it down to $2,150, very little activity, very little activity, a little bit more activity. We drop it down to, say, in this particular example, $2,095, so $2,100, $2,095, bam, the activity automatically, you get a whole lot more demand, a whole lot more phone calls, a whole lot more emails, a whole lot more applications. Now you know you're priced right. And it's typically, by the way, in that range. It's typically in that $100, maybe $200 range at very most, typically. So you have to be willing to adjust. And that is the best way to achieve your objective as a property owner, to rent it as fast as possible, get the best possible tenant. And obviously you want to maximize your rents, but not at the expense of being vacant. And you also don't want to maximize your rent at the expense of the quality of tenant. And that's another thing. I know I kind of feel like I'm ranting here this morning, but if you're priced too high, and I see some people with single family homes, they try to price them too high. And same with 3-bedroom or 4-bedroom apartments. If you price them too high, what you're going to end up doing is having people come together. You're going to have like two different families come together and do a rental. That typically doesn't work. That is not the best quality of renter. Typically, I'm kind of generalizing here, so forgive me, but that's not always the best quality of tenant. And oftentimes, if you priced it more appropriately, you can get a really high quality tenant. So that's a conversation that needs to be had. If you have questions, do reach out to us, get in touch with us at Visture, and we'll be happy to help you. But the mid-market update is, I'm seeing definitely some slowness in the market. I'm seeing owners hanging on to an old story. I used to get this. I used to get that. That was then. This is now. We can only react to what the market is doing now. And I'm telling you, don't fight the market. You're not going to win. So just be aware of that. And number three is I'm also seeing some rental incentives here in Peterborough for the first time in a long time. I would say first time in, gosh, it's got to be 6 or 8 years. Maybe the first time I've ever seen this in Peterborough is rental incentives. 1 month free rent, free this, free that. That's rare in Peterborough. I've seen that in other markets. I've seen that a lot more in Alberta. They use that a lot more over there. But I am seeing it in Peterborough, which is an indication the demand is lower. People are trying to attract those tenants. So again, all of this, the remedy to this is reach out to Visture, work with our incredible leasing team. Our leasing team has their nose to the grindstone. They know the pricing intimately. And I'm saying to the penny here, and if they're recommending a price drop, I would say don't fight them. Don't fight the market. They're recommending a price drop because they're not seeing the activity at the price we're getting. And if you're a property owner and you need help, please reach out to us. Visit our website, visture.ca. We'd be happy to help you. But that's your market update for now. It's October 17th. And I got to say, if you have a place for rent right now, you really want to get that thing rented within the next month. By December 1st, you want to have that place rented. You do not want to be renting over the course of the holidays at Christmas time. Then it's very slow from mid-December, for the first week, or after December 10th, even after the first week of December, all the way to like mid-January, it's going to get very, very slow. So if you have a rental right now, you want to get it rented, and you want to allow the people that know the market to reduce that price so we get it rented as soon as possible. Anyways, that's my mid-market update. Hopefully you found this helpful. Like, subscribe, comment, do what you got to do. Reach out to us at visture.ca. Be happy to help you. Thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. Hopefully you found this good, valuable, and maybe a little entertaining. Who knows? Thanks.